Hey there, YouTube. How's it going? I know I haven't been uploading any videos lately, so here goes a video, and I plan on uploading more next week. Hopefully, I do, because I think I got another topic. Um, so let's get right into it. Cognitive dissonance, the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. Now, the reason I bring that up is because I had a question. I was wondering who were worse. Was it DBZ fanboys or creationists? Now, if you don't know, Dragon Ball fanboys are these people who just roll with the franchise. They support everything, even when it comes to versus matches. And creationists are, Dragon Ball fans are just like they down with it. Like if anybody tries to assault with it, they would. If anybody tries to assault they like what they franchise, they'll just go in on everybody. They'll just talk about everybody. They'll defend it as hard as they can. And creationists are these people who believe scientifically, as they say, that God created the earth, and some don't. Creationism, there's intelligent design. There's also well, I guess it's intelligent design is also in creationism, or they two different things. I don't know, but I think they're similar. But these creationists believe that the earth was created in 1,000 years. The earth is flat. Evolution never happened, and humans evolved from Adam and Eve and not an ape-like ancestor. They also will defend their stuff, no matter what, because they hold it deep to them. Now, I'm here to tell you, in my personal opinion, about who is worse, because I've encountered both of these types of people before from different franchises. And I know you may be asking me, like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, what does that really have to do with anything? These two are unrelated, but there is a similar thinking pattern. You see, you can't argue with a DBZ fanboy or a creationist, because they'll never receive your information. It'll never go through to them. And this is why I bring cognitive dissonance into this whole thing. Because the more you try to talk to them, the more they stray from it. Because they hold on to their beliefs so much that anybody who objectifies it is an enemy. It's an enemy. Just automatic, just go off on them. And people have to understand that these things are kind of serious, man. And look at creationists. They got an arc, a fucking arc. And I know this is late, but I'm just saying, they have a fucking arc, an arc. Then we also got the Dragon Ball fanboys, who this probably been long started, but after the screw attack battle with, Goku versus Superman, and Goku, clearly lost. A lot of them just didn't want to accept it. Now, I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to give you a brief synopsis on both categories. Then at the end, I will tell you who I think is worse. And keep in mind that I should tell you that I also was in both of these groups before. And I guess now that I'm looking at it, I really wish that I wasn't. I guess I'll go with creationism first. Well, I wouldn't say I had a little bit of creationism and intelligent design. You know, this was back in my days when I used to believe in God. I no longer believe in him. But I'll give you a brief synopsis of the story. It was a long time ago. And creationism, like I said, is a belief that God created everything. He created this earth in 1,000 years. The earth is flat. I mean, there is no globe earth, no spherical earth. Adam and Eve existed. There were no ape-like ancestors that we evolved from. It's certain like that. You see, this was when I was in my early days when I used to believe in God. I used to think that, God created evolution, and everything was kind of made sense. But I guess as I started researching more about it, I started to realize how science works and how God doesn't, in a sense. See, evolution is a process in which organisms change over time and in different environments. And certain genes may be beneficial and it may help the animal, adapt certain traits, help the animal adapt over time. And, until, the animal is different from the animal that, came before. But they all are separate. They become isolated. And these animals over time, when they become isolated, they adapt to these different regions over time. Certain genes may benefit them in this area, that they need to survive, like fins, or fins, gills, thumbs, tails, claws, teeth, cognitive teeth. No, not cognitive teeth, like flat teeth, sharp teeth, certain things like that. And in science, what they have is a journey of learning. What we know now will change in the future. It's always a step to know. I mean, you never gonna know enough. Now, the thing with God is that he did it. And there's nothing else to it. He did it. There's nothing else. Now, tell me, how are you going to prove that? How can anybody even prove that? How could you prove that God created us, the earth, in 1,000 years? What did he use? What technology did he use? What did it use? I'm sorry. What did he use? What did it use? What did God use? How could you prove that? How can you possibly prove that to somebody? There's no evidence behind it. And these people have a boat, like literally have a boat, and they're trying to get so many people to believe in this nonsense. I even have a friend that even believes in the flat earth, even though there is no evidence for it. None whatsoever. And I find it very hard and strange. But most of my friends believe in strange things. So it's very hard to intensify what's going on. Because at the end of the day, I mean, people believe what they want to believe. So I can't argue with their logic, how it works, and how everything is going to be. You just can't do that. So, you gotta let them believe what they want to believe, which is what I do. Now, as for Dragon Ball fanboys, I want to give you a brief synopsis over. I want to give you a brief synopsis over, what a Dragon Ball fanboy is. You know, if any of you who watch this video were fans of Dragon Ball Z, you have a deep passion for it. In fact, you love it so much that you love it more than other characters, other fictional characters, such as Superman. Now, as I've stated before, there was this YouTube channel called Screw Attack, and they do fictional battles of fictional characters to see who would win. They actually do research. And what happened was they put Goku against Superman. And two times. And Superman won both matches. Now, at first, as a DBZ fanboy that I once was, it was stated that they gave good research about Superman and Goku. And at that time, being the fanboy that I was, I didn't take it in. Because, I put belief before evidence. And over time, I started researching more about Superman. And I found myself very much interested in his stories. Well, mostly, there are alternate versions of Superman. My favorite is Superboy Prime. And I like his stories. And his feats are consistent with his stories. So, I started researching more about Superman. And you come to figure out that, each version of him has done crazy things, like pull planets out of a dying solar system, sneeze away a galaxy, punched reality apart. Technically punched his alternate version of him, and it was alternate reality. Defeated Darkseid, who by which is a multiversal being capable of destroying the multiverse, I guess, as you put it. Continued with Superboy Prime, which is a stronger version of him. DC and Marvel actually has some consistent characters. And, I talked to Dragon Ball fanboys a lot. And it didn't take me long actually to realize how bad these people are. Because you can't argue with them, because they want their characters to win no matter what, and they'll use false research, such as Goku can destroy a universe. There is no evidence that he can do that. There is no evidence whatsoever. Goku can let alone breathe in space. He can't even breathe in space, so how is he going to destroy a universe? And since the radiation from the explosion impact would kill him alone, I don't get how he's going to survive. Goku isn't invincible like Superman. Superman can survive being planet exploding. He can survive universe's explosions because he has done it before. For instance, Superboy Prime, which is an alternate version of Superman, got into a fight with Monarch. And if you don't know who Monarch is, maybe you should research him. He is an immensely powerful reality warper who was powered by alternate versions of other Captain Atoms, which is what Monarch is, I guess, in a sense. And he ripped them apart. He tore through his armor, and an explosion happened, which destroyed the universe. He survived, but he lost a lot of power. Even still, it's kind of amazing that he survived it. Superman can breathe. Superman don't need to breathe in space. He can stay out there for as long as he needs. He's powered by solar radiation. He don't even need to eat. Goku got to eat. And going, since I don't like Dragon Ball Super and the way that it's going is too inconsistent, which is why I don't know why they continue this stuff. But fans cling on to it because it's all they have. You know, it's nostalgia. They love Dragon Ball Z, so they gonna cling on to Dragon Ball, and they just don't want to be proven wrong. They don't want to be proven wrong. They want everything their way, and they don't want to see it no other way. Even though there's no way in hell that Goku can beat Superman. There's no way that he can beat him. Also, people like to put Beerus up against Darkseid, but a lot of Dragon Ball fans don't even really know about Darkseid. They pay attention to the cartoons and games, but they don't actually research these characters. Because Darkseid has the Omega effect, which is kind of deadly. Something that could kill Beerus, Whis. I mean, Goku, all of them dudes. I mean, since he, you know, his his real self. I guess I should say that. I mean, the dark sides that you know the Justice League be fighting aren't even really dark side. Those is avatars. The real dark side exists outside the DC multiverse. And even he's so powerful. I mean, he could destroy the multiverse. He's a threat to it. I mean, and I guess his rival is the Anti-Monitor, who's also capable of destroying the multiverse because he eats universes. I mean, how you gonna beat people like this? People believe Boo and Broly can destroy the universe and bless the galaxy and all that, even though they can't because they can destroy planet by planet because that's Dragon Ball logic. Beerus cannot stand up to the dark side. I mean, he's weak. I mean, he makes the story. He's a follower to the story. I mean, I don't even like Super. Super is so inconsistent and bad. It's just unbelievable. Oh, I think I kind of consider Dragon Ball Super like Jurassic World. You know, you gotta end this shit. But nostalgia keeps it alive because people are fans of it. They like having fun. That's what it is. That's what Jurassic World and Dragon Ball Super are. They just fun things that you watch because of the nostalgia of it. You were a fan of it. Now you're gonna watch it again, even though it's later. Now, as I've stated in this video, getting down to the nitty gritty of who I think is worse. I kind of have to give it to Creationists because they actually got some shit out there. They got an arc. They actually got people out there that's trying to get into science. It's just bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not as famous as, you know, they once were. I guess for me, because I'm doing this video, you know, late. I didn't really know that much about creations until I guess 2014, you know, but from 2013, somewhere in between there, 2013, I think, you know, but this stuff has been going on for a while. And, you know, Dragon Ball fanboys just be online. You know, creationists are just actually trying to get out there and trying to, you know, disprove, you know, evolution. They're trying to disprove science. They want to remove it from schools and stuff. Even though they had no success in doing that, and I don't think they ever will. But just like Dragon Ball fanboys, you can't reason with them because they don't want to listen to evidence. They don't want to. That's why I consider them both so similar. Even though they tackle completely different subjects. But it's the evidence that they don't listen to. There's overwhelming evidence that Superman and science has that Dragon Ball and creationism don't have. And when you present this to them, the people that support these two things, they will either think you're dumb or stupid. It's crazy. But you gotta live with it, man. People ain't gonna want to hear what you gotta say. People don't want to. So I guess that's all I have. What do you think? Do you think that creationists are worse or Dragon Ball fanboys are worse? I mean, let me know. Leave a comment down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.